Hey guys, how's it going? I am Adritoma and I'm looking back at a VOD that I did. Um, so I just recorded this. Really, there's two routes that Adriana really thrives with. The first, I'd say, would be the smoke bomb route, which is the one I'm going to go today, which is a little more attack heavy. You are a little more squishy with the Rocker's Vest, and you don't have the CDR that you get from EOD, so most people actually probably lean towards like the Huni route, which is a 7 zone route. You start at Nav, and then you kind of whip through School and Archery, go Dock, grab Bears, and then you go Chapel Forest. It's really nice for Dock that you can grab those Bears and then just come back on the reset timer and try to get items to upgrade you throughout the game. To make those transitional pieces a little bit easy, but the route is pretty much impossible to go if people are like stacked at school. Right now, looking at this, I'd say it's fine, but personally, I enjoy the smoke bomb route a little bit more. I think you can be a little bit more aggressive, and I think overall it's just quicker and it feels better. I think that's kind of the point, is to be really quick with your build and then kind of grease some people. And in ranked, personally, I've been trying to get more aggressive with my play style, so I think it lends itself towards that a little bit more. But let me skip to the gameplay, and yeah, I can go over my thought process and how to do this route effectively. So now that we're in game, let me talk to the people. I want to talk to you about some of like the routing about the first like zone and avenue. This isn't bad. Typically, I don't think there's any place in avenue that's bad. If you spawn inside the building, kind of where this Luke is, people can spawn like right next to you, and then you're trudging through all their like used up loot. But something cool about Adriana is you can use that fire escape, which you always start first, and you can just zip right through the wall and then start looting up here. But we're just gonna grab as we go. Usually it's not much of an issue getting what you need in avenue. Other than that, I'll probably grab an extra battery. I don't grab that one, but I think there's one up here that I pick up. I do that mostly because the whole time I'm prepping for my transitional piece for Didantic, whatever it's called, the Prism. And that's going to be my favorite like throw item on her. It's a ton of attack, like 100 something attack. I grab the chocolate and I craft out of that. I ate the bread mostly because I don't want to juggle around with too much in beach. The main part of the smoke bomb route is you're going to be juggling a lot in beach. I know I can eat or drink one water and then craft that battery already, so that frees up an extra slot. Other than that, I'm going to be drinking one of these SPs. Yep, and that opens up another spot, and I'm ready to go. Pretty much you just craft as you go as you get things in beach. So Uptown is actually pretty scary for Adriana. I usually just loot these boxes, and if I don't have that like jacket, that's the only thing I'm gonna grief for and just stay longer. I don't have to go up there for the bow. I can actually probably skip it and just grab a needle, and then you can grab a piece, a feather from any of the surrounding areas like up in Chapel. But yeah, I'll kill the chicken just to look to see if I can get leather, because leather you can start crafting your chest piece, which frees up more inventory space, which a lot of the time this route gets a little sus with. But at the beginning of the game, I looked and I wanted to see where everyone is at factory, so you know where to route towards. There's a lot of different rock areas that you can kind of aim to go towards to get that like weapon. I just kind of go towards the middle here. I'm not too urgent, which I probably should be a little bit more urgent, but I pick up that leather and you can see it just like frees up my inventory so much. And you can just drop the cling cladders on the floor. And the whole time I'm managing like my SP, and if it gets too low, I'm gonna drink one of the 2 extra like little root beers I got. And typically it's a priority. 1 is to get the rocks here and to get that weapon of yours so you can start fighting, and then 2, the priority is to get the vision console so you can see people coming into the zone, so you can size them up whether it's a fight you can win or not. So right now, I'm already looking to fight. Like, I have pretty much everything. The one thing I'm missing is metal. And there we go. And you can notice I'm actually grabbing that extra little metal sphere, I forget what it's called, and you can make your transitional piece. And once I make that, I'm pretty much all ready to go for Prism. I just need a Force Core.
Is there anything worth using?
Which in this patch, at first I didn't like it too much because Wick didn't drop that Force Core piece, so it was making it a little hard to transition into both Queen of Hearts and my Prism all at once. But with like all of the different objectives going on, you have pretty much your pick to how you're going to get that Force Core. If I get lucky on a Meteor, I might try for another tree after that at Forester Hotel. Or you can go for like Omega Alpha. Alright, so even though I like play this pretty poorly, I'm just up in items so I fry. Yeah. I'm definitely like way too close. I'm working on my like distance and spacing. So that's like the cool thing about Adriana. I played like 1,000 games and I still find myself like oh, I could have played this fight better, so that's something neat. Alright, I TP up to Temple because I want to prep my Queen of Hearts pretty quick. I think a better TP might have been just going straight over to Dock because I could have potentially gotten those bears and then I could have gotten more food, which I'm lacking on right now. If I would have found like a box, I can pick up that to get the box of chocolates, which is a lot better than just the little Choco pies. But Temple is a good option as well because I can grab that meteor, I can farm up here and maybe potentially look for a kill. I'm also hunting for that Monk's Robe so I can prep for Queen of Hearts. Once I get the Monk's Robe, I'd probably just be going over into Pond and I can grab a box from there. I probably could take this fight right here. I know I do, but I don't know. It's kind of up to you. I don't have much food, so it's a little sus. And I play it pretty poorly, see I walk way too close, but that's fine. And I'm always hitting tab here, just looking to size people up. Like I see this guy's missing a headpiece, and he's a few little mastery levels back. Even though I have no food, I'm like, hey, maybe I can pick some food up off of killing him. And here, I get like juked like crazy. I don't love burning my dash there, but if I'm greedy and I feel like fine about the fight, I'll do it. But no, he just turns it on me right here. I expect him to keep going, but then I see him pop up there. So I'm gonna actually chase, which I probably shouldn't do. I should just go farm through Av, but hindsight is 20/20. I also just really want him for his food, if anything. And a big part of her kit is you want to get her to knock people towards you so you can then hit them with the flamethrower, which is a big part of the damage. This guy's a little slippery right now, so I'm just going to go for the food because it's free and I have 0 food right now. And I'm kind of hoping the Sua engages on to him right there so I can just kind of 3P that and pick up some free kills because really I play around my cooldowns. Like you can engage and disengage pretty easily, so if you don't have those cooldowns then I'd just say nah, that's not for you. So fast forwarding a little bit, I make my way over to Dock or not Dock, sorry, Hospital, and we're just gonna grab the Tree of Life. Usually this is contested a little harder, but there's only one guy here. Usually you can cancel those flamethrowers, but I backed up a little and still got him in a bit of it. It's just so much my damage, sometimes I don't like to cancel it, but I think that fight was more of a misplay on his part rather than me playing that really well. But we grabbed the EOD, which I'll take any day over Rockers. Rockers does give it a little additional damage, but the cooldown reduction feels really good, especially when I have the Smoke Bomb. And right now we can actually transition into my Prism. So I'm kind of looking to just disengage this guy. Yeah, so just playing it like super safe right there. I think about grabbing this dog actually, because usually I'm just trained to grab anything that can raise my mastery that I see, but no, we gotta grab this prism real quick, because it's actually a really nice upgrade. Gives me some more damage, but also it gives a clean amount of charges on the throw. Sometimes a smoke bomb, if you carry that into late game, you notice like you're gonna just be running out of charges. So here I'm gonna like kind of loot up, try to grab some food. Typically I'm gonna look for flowers, and then I'm gonna look for the little combo piece that I can make my orchids, and I can move and grab some glass bottles in Avenue and then make the health potions. But I'll fast forward through this too, just because not much is going on. Okay, so I make my way over to Avenue. I'm a little early, but typically it's better early than not, because I do want to prep for a wick. I have these cameras, so that's going to come in handy when it comes to like prepping wick. I get like so greedy right here. Like I just, for whatever reason, know that this kill is just possible. But for whatever reason, everyone and their mom is just on the other side of the map letting us like vibe. But Sua is pretty quick, she has a lot of dashes, so I'm just going to chase her out and make her eat up some zone. And then right now I could wait here and just grief her, but I'm going to just set a cam and then get some farm and prep for Wick, because really Wick is the big thing that I play for every game. That's kind of my win con, and I'll do some crazy stuff for it. If a lot of people show up, I could actually kite Wick through Research Center and then dip out through school. I typically don't do that much anymore unless school's open, because I feel like you can get caught pretty easy over there. But it doesn't look like anyone's really going to contest me here, so I'm like, YOLO, I'm just going to do it. If I can do it off spawn, I'll risk it. Like, worst case scenario, I'm probably just leashing it for another player. But that's okay. If they get it, they get it. I might as well try. Really, my Wick strat is just to keep it in like my flames as long as I can. And I forgot to mention, I think I took a fight like when I was skipping through. I grabbed the crown, which I like a lot more than the Moto Helm, just because I do a little more damage with it, and I don't think I really need the vision too late into the game. Not really afraid of anyone with my buff right here. What I do here is kind of dumb. If I was in a ranked game, I'd probably be looking to pick up some kills, but since I do have that extra little powder here, I forgot what it's called. You know what? I'm terrible with like the names and a lot of these items. I just know what they do and I pick them up. So really right here I'm looking for the ice. And I actually go back and I'm like, oh, I gotta pick up one of these clods eventually. I know I can do it all in Avenue, but really I'm looking for that late game ice, which is pretty tough to go by because people are going to be picking it up for just like SP purposes. But we're already committed, we're going to greed for it. And I have no idea what this guy is doing right here, and we greed for it, we find it, we're rewarded for our head ass plays. Just kind of let him go. I don't want to eat any more timer than I have to, because really we can just get to Av, we can craft this, and then look for our slippers, and we are chilling. I kind of saw where everyone was, so I didn't have to do it in that bush. But these little macro decisions kind of make up for my like lack of micro sometimes. And I think this is like the biggest thing with Adriana. If you do some head ass shit, Oh, she went the other way, which is crazy. And then everyone and their mom shows up to this fight. So I'm like, I just want to get out of here as soon as possible. I would have just sent it if I was her. But yeah, like if you do something sick with Adriana, it feels really good. But if you misplay, you look so dumb and it feels so bad. And I've noticed that. It is not a great look. But we get some more cams. That's kind of why I went out to pond here, is just to pick up one of the bats. And it's going to come in handy with Isol still alive. I don't check tab too much in these late parts of the game because I just kind of know like where I'm standing with people. This fight's actually really close and I should die here, but I kind of just get out of it with all the knockback that my ult provides. I played that pretty poorly. I like held on to my R and everything, but my macro kind of carries me through this point of the game. Just because I'm so far ahead with like the wick buff and with my mastery. So just cooking up a little food, get me through the late game. That Isol was really weak, so I know I can take him. Oh yeah, this is a ranked game. I probably all in him, but I don't want to commit too many resources to him, just because I know there's a lot more like fight to be had. And I take White Crane Fan even with the nerf over pretty much anything. Maybe I'd get Box if I'm not feeling too tanky, but yeah, and I'm just gonna siege and like pretty much just keep him off this. It's gonna feel really bad fighting me, especially with the wick buff, and I'll just keep timing. And pretty much I'm just gonna sit here. I know my timing's really good, so if they start fighting, I can kind of jump over and 3P. Makes things a little bit easier. I think I'll be fine though, regardless, because I have a decent amount of food. My timer's pretty good, and they're probably gonna have to commit a lot of resources, including their ults, if they want to fight each other. And I see they do, and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna go in. The wick buff's gonna run out before the last fight, so might as well use it here. And yeah, it's just kind of free from there. And you start looking for the Kobe, and it's GG. But yeah, hopefully that helped. Hopefully it is showing like, hey, your macro can pretty much get you through these games. Appreciate everyone watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Ready to warm up this island.